Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Rose Dragon deck profile. I'm really excited for this one because I just recently got this Black Rose Dragon Ghost Rare, and I felt like it was high time that I actually updated this deck because, like I said, I just got this card in the mail today, and so I felt like, man, I should really update that deck. So, here we are. So without further ado guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, become part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this one. So, first off, we're going to be playing 3 copies of White Rose Dragon. So White Rose Dragon is a really good card for this deck that helps you synchro summon into other monsters. Now when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon a Rose Dragon monster from your hand or graveyard, except White Rose Dragon. You can only use the effect of White Rose Dragon once per turn. If you control a Dragon Tuner or Plant Tuner, you can special summon this card from your hand, or if this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro monster, you can send a level 4 or lower or level 4 or higher plant monster from your deck to the graveyard, which can be really beneficial to be able to help you get all sorts of different plant monsters in the graveyard to help you get combos off, like your copy of World Caraway Champion that can then special summon itself. Then we play 3 copies of Red Rose Dragon. Red Rose Dragon is another really interesting card that if it's sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can special summon a Rose Dragon monster from your hand or deck, except another copy of itself. Then, if it was sent to for the synchro summon of a Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro monster, you can also add a Frozen Rose or Blooming of the Darkest Rose from your deck to your hand, which can help us search our copies of the Frozen Rose, which obviously we play the Ghost Rare, so we might as well summon it. So then we play a single copy of Dark Rose Fairy. Dark Rose Fairy, if a tuner is special summoned, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can send a card from your hand to the field to the grave, and then place this card on the bottom of your deck, which is really cool, or the top of your deck, which is really cool because this card is really beneficial to be able to get out onto the field. Then we play a single copy of Tempest, Dragon Ruler of Storms. Tempest really helps out because it helps us with synchro plays and stuff like that, and being able to link, and it just is a really good card. 1 copy of World Caraway Champion. World Caraway Champion is the card that you usually send to the graveyard to start getting your plays off with your copy of the copy of your Red Rose Dragons to be able to get into all sorts of different plays with this deck. It just is really beneficial to be able to do that and be able to get into all those other plays. Then we play 3 copies of Predaplant Orthoscorpio. Orthoscorpio is really good because it helps us special summon out Darling Cobra, which Darling Cobra is just so good in this deck. It lets us search our fusion spells, which is really cool because it lets us add a polymerization or a fusion spell from our deck to our hand, which can be really helpful to be able to just get out all sorts of stuff from our deck to be able to, fusion summon into Seraphonite with Brilliant Fusion, and then go from there getting our additional normal summon, and it's just so good to be able to get those extra plays off on our turn. Then I play 3 copies of Lone Fire Blossom. Lone Fire Blossom is because it is a plant deck. I mean, it is a plant deck, so you've got to play the Lone Fire Blossoms to be able to get into all your different plays. It just really helps out to be able to tribute this card and then special summon any plant monster that you particularly need from your deck and just go off. Like, this card is so good in this deck, it's ridiculous. So you have to play it as a 3 of. The next card that we play is a single copy of Glow Up Bulb. Glow Up Bulb can be really, really good in this deck because it's just a level 1 tuner monster. It can also help us with link plays as well. So it's a really good link monster, or it helps us with link plays. So it's really good link fodder. Like, it's just a good link fodder card to be able to get onto our side of the field. Then we play a single copy of Spore. Spore helps out too because if it's in your graveyard, you can banish another plant monster from your grave and special summon this card, and then increase this card's level by the level of that monster that was banished to summon this card. Another really good tuner monster that can just help us get into all sorts of different plays. Since it is a primarily dark deck, I am going to be playing 2 copies of Dark Armed Dragon because it's easy to summon, and how much more beautiful can this deck get? We're playing Ghost Rare, Black Rose, and 2 copies of Dark Armed. This is just awesome, and I absolutely love playing this deck. Then we play a Performage Trick Clown and a copy of Gem Knight Garnet for our Brilliant Fusion. And then since it's a Synchro Dark deck, We play 3 copies of Destrudo. Destrudo really helps out because you can put it on the field, link it away for different stuff, or synchro away to synchro summon another monster. Like, this card comes in so clutch. It's just such a good card to be able to summon onto the field, to be able to link and synchro as much as you want, but it does come at the cost of half your life points, which kind of sucks, but we can work with that. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Call by the Grave. You do need the 3 copies of Call by the Grave to stop your opponent's hand traps. 3 copies of Super Polymerization just to kind of help us break boards. You can go into Starving Venom Fusion Dragon with this card really easily in this deck, so it's really good to be able to go into cards like that. And where you can like summon that, break your opponent's board, link away the Starving Venom, go into something else, and then just start synchro summoning all your monsters that you want to put on the field. A single copy of Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial helps us get the monsters that we need in the graveyard into the graveyard. I play a single copy of Black Garden because it's searchable with your Garden Rose Maiden. Really good card that when a monster is normal or special summon except by a card effect of Black Garden, half its attack and also special summon a Rose token. So it helps us put Rose tokens on the field, and then it also has the ability that you can target a monster in your graveyard with attack equal to the total attack of all plant monsters on the field. Destroy this card and as many plant monsters as possible, and then to the total attack of that monster, and then special summon that monster. So it's kind of like a Monster Reborn as well, to be able to get all sorts of different stuff on the field. A single copy of Brilliant Fusion. Brilliant Fusion comes in seriously clutch, because you can put Brilliant Fusion on the field and then just immediately go for whatever you need to go for and be able to, go for the copy of Gem Knight Seraphonite to get you that additional normal summon, which can help you out so much in this deck, to be able to just summon that Gem Knight Seraphonite and get the additional normal summon, so you can just start playing as much as you need to play with the monsters that you got. Then we play 3 copies of Instant Fusion, which is actually searchable with our darling Cobra, which can help us with link plays, help us with synchro plays, and all sorts of stuff like that. Like, this card is so good in this deck and so ridiculous, and you need to play it at 3. Then we play, for the last 3 cards in the main deck, we play 3 copies of Frozen Rose, which is such a good card in this deck, because you send a face-up monster you control to the grave to apply one of the effects. If you send a plant, you can, during the end phase, draw 2 and then discard a card, or if it's not a plant, you can add a level 4 lower plant from your deck to your hand, which can help you search the deck a little bit more to be able to go into more plays, so you can just get the cards that you need out of the deck. So it's a really good, just a really good overall 3 of in the deck, and it just helps out so much to be able to play that one card. So that's pretty much it for the deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing a single copy of Black Rose Dragon. Black Rose Dragon is a really good card that's just an instant board wipe that can really help out to just board wipe for games. It's just an overall good card to, put on the field and then go for the other cards that you need to go for. By putting this on the field, you just send it to the graveyard and board wipe, and it also has the added effect that if you guys haven't read this card, that once per turn you can remove and play a plant monster from your graveyard to change one monster your opponent controls to face up attack and reduce its attack to 0. So that's a really good effect to be able to just stop your opponent from doing all sorts of stuff and being able to help you OTK a little bit. We do play a copy of Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. I wish it said Black Rose Dragon Moonlight or Moonlight Black Rose Dragon, because then it would be a little bit easier to use it in synergy, because it doesn't technically count as a Rose Dragon. It counts as a Black Rose monster. It has the effect of, if this card is special summoned or a level 5 or higher monster is special summoned to your opponent's side of the field, you can target one special summon monster your opponent controls and return that target to the hand. So it can just bounce stuff off the field to help you out where you can. I just play a single copy of Garden Rose Maiden. Garden Rose Maiden is good, but I just feel like it's a good one of. So I don't play it at 2 anymore. It's good, but it's not great, if you know what I mean. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Black Garden from your deck to your hand, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard and then target a Rose Dragon monster or a Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So it's good at the beginning of the game, and it's good once it sits in the graveyard, but it's just a good one of to me, so I just play it as a one of. 1 copy of Trishula. Trishula is super easy to go into in this deck, so I play the 1 copy of Trishula. 1 copy of Crystal Wing. Crystal Wing is really easy to make in this deck too, because all you have to do is send a level 7 Synchro monster to the graveyard to put it onto the field, and it's just super easy to be able to do that and put your monsters on the field to synchro away. I play a single copy of Cyverse Quantum Dragon. Cyverse Quantum Dragon is one of the best level 7 synchro monsters that I play in this deck, and so it's just an overall good one-of to be able to handle link monsters. 1 copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss just to be able to kind of synchro up into it. Boral Sword is another really good OTK maker. Aroma Seraphy Jasmine is another good link monster that we make in this deck. Another addition that I've just put in this deck recently is a Hermetic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Heavenly Spheres is good and easy to summon because it just takes 2 dragon monsters, and it's a good negation, and the arrows are really good to be able to synchro summon under it. Linkuriboh for our instant fusion targets, which is going to be a Thousandize Restrict. For our instant fusion, or for our super poly targets, we're going to be playing a Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon is really good because the majority of the stuff we play is dark, and it can just help us get so many outs in this deck. Mud Dragon is another really good card that just helps us get away with so many cards off of our opponent's side of the field. 1 copy of Gemknight Seraphonite, so we can go into our Link monsters and XYZ monsters, and then a Thousandize Restrict to gobble up our opponent's monsters, and then we can make Linkuriboh and go off from there. So that's pretty much it for the deck, guys. I did drop out a single copy of Wee Witch Apprentice, which you can if you want it. If you feel like you're not linking enough and you're not going into the cards you need and it's too specific with the Aroma Seraphy Jasmine and the Hermetic Seal, maybe try dropping the Hermetic Seal and going back to the Wee Witch instead, so you can kind of play around with this card. It's something new that I'm testing, but I really like this card in here because it's an extra negation instead of just an extra 500 boost, which is good, but at the same time, it's kind of like one of those, it doesn't boost everything. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a super fun deck to play around with. I highly recommend that you guys give it a shot. It's really interesting, especially being able to play Black Rose Dragon and have a deck focused around summoning just Black Rose Dragon. Like, 9 times out of 10, when I synchro summon, I'm going to go Black Rose Dragon, either board wipe or do something like that, and then immediately go for Garden Rose Maiden, put it back on the field, and then just try and OTK you from there with summoning a bunch of monsters on the field. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell on there so you can become part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.